Make a date with Rev Dr Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith. Graphic Online, truth and accuracy every day.
Hello, this is Rev Dr Ebenezer Markwei of Living Streams International, bringing you matters of faith with Graphic Online. And of course, depending upon the hospitality of La Beach. Now, this morning, I'd like to qualify my thoughts with this simple phrase: oral portals of disaster. Oral portals of disaster. Now, I'm taking back to the story of David and Michal, the love of his life, 2 Samuel chapter 6. When David, the Bible says, came from bringing the ark to Jerusalem, and he had blessed the people of Israel, and he was coming to bless his house. And then the Bible says that, Michal standing at the other side of the window, not really understanding the mechanics of David's or the reasons behind David's dance with the effort. And David rejoicing with probably a couple of young girls. He wasn't frolicking with them. He was dancing with them. He was rejoicing with them. Maybe, because he was wearing a skirt. Who knows? I can't tell. I don't want to stretch your imagination. But obviously, Michal disapproved of David's dance and all that scenario. She just disapproved of it. And she said, I don't want that kind of thing. Look, you are a king, and I want my husband as a king to behave himself wisely. She disagreed with him in her mind. But the Bible says, David then came to bless his household, including her. And then she verbalized her agreement or disagreement orally and said, she spoke out loud how this thing base was the king today. You bushman, look at what you are doing. Ragamuffin, look at what you're doing. Rascal, look at what you're doing. Scoundrel, this is what you're doing. Low life, this is what you are doing. How can you be so low life and begin to dance with those low life girls and begin to dance with and frolic? I wasn't frolicking, but I frolic with those prostitutes. Oh man. Her mouth. And when she said that thing was like a sword. It was like an arrow or a jagged-edged knife that lacerated the heart of goodwill that David had for his wife. I'm coming to bless you. And then she uttered that thing. And then David made a statement. He said, you know what he said? You know what? I thank God that I'm low life. I thank God that I'm ragamuffin. I thank God that I'm nobody. I thank God that I'm a bushman. Because as for me, I remember that it was God who took me from the backside of the desert. It was God who removed me from being a bushman to replace that father of yours. To replace that father with all your bigoties and all those other things. With all your buntia, with all your high-minded, lofty, and all of the pomposity. Pompous, this thing. God removed a low life like me. Picked up a low life like me to replace your pomposity. Then David made a statement and said, you won't respect me. These low life girls, they will give me respect. Michal, womb was closed. David had a child with Bathsheba, who was down, and he also looked down. So David went for a girl who was lower than him, of lower class, of lower estate. And David picked that person to give to Sar the next king, Solomon. Michal, her mouth became an oral portal of doom. Her mouth became the doorway that closed up her womb. Be careful in the heat of disagreement or in the heat of this. Be careful what you say. Because sometimes if you're not very careful, what you say may carry weight into the future. I remember somebody saying to her husband, but you, who do you think you are? You are lazy, good for nothing, this thing. I married, when my father had this, that, I married and now look at where you have put me. Look at the house you have put me. One bedroom, one house, one bedroom, one room with a material partition. And the guy was in tears. And he said, yes, I know, you married below your station. He got rich, and guess what he did? When they ask him, he say, hey, madam, hey, she's high. Oh. So he'll go in for his secretary, who was from a lower distance. She treated him like a king. You maltreat your wife, you abuse her, make her look so down and nothing. That she will find a Prince Charming who's going to treat her right. I'm not encouraging adultery. I'm not encouraging it at all. But be careful what your mouth releases. When in moments of disagreement, be careful what you say. Because your mouth can become an oral portal of disaster. See you later.